morning, boys and girls. For today's lesson, your objective is to be able to explain how characters' actions demonstrate specific story themes. So let's review theme. The theme of a story is the message or lesson or the moral the author wants you to learn. Here we have the most common themes that we can find in most stories: courage, loyalty, which we're going to talk about that one later on, perseverance, compassion, honesty, acceptance, good versus evil, cooperation, kindness, friendship, and love. When looking for the thing, we can ask ourselves, what idea stays with you? As a reader, what do you think stays in your mind after you finish reading it? And that could help lead you to the theme. How did the characters grow or change? So again, thinking back to our meaning of theme, what lesson did they learn? If they grew as a character, they perhaps learned a lesson or a message. We can also ask, what did the author want us to think about? And where does it show up in the story? Which means I can find evidence to support my theme, which we're going to do today. Okay? So for today's lesson, remember back to our lesson from last week, Monday. On your themes chart, you had the theme hospitality. Now, hospitality means the friendly and generous reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, or strangers. So, being kind and entertaining your guests and strangers is what hospitality means. So, think back to your story. Can you think of any examples of theme, which takes us to this bubble? Where does it show up? That means, where's my evidence? So, looking over some of your work from last week, I have found some great examples of hospitality. So let's take a look at the first one. When Toad allowed Rat and Mo to join the caravan. So was he being kind and generous to visitors and others and strangers? Yes. He was being kind to Rat and Mo by inviting them to join their caravan. So that is hospitality. Here's another example. When the mole made the boat crash and he got all wet, Rat was nice and invited him to go to his house. He gave him clothes and let him sleep at his house. So here we find Rat showing hospitality. This is an example of it. One more. Toad offered dinner to Rat and Mo. So not only did he let them into his house, he also offered them dinner. And that is being generous to visitors and strangers, which is hospitality. Now let's look back at our focus themes for our story. Friendship and loyalty, hospitality, which we just reviewed and talked about, responsibility and irresponsibility. Well, for today's lesson, I want you to go back and look at your chart and find the theme friendship and loyalty. See if you can find more examples. Since we're going further and further into our read aloud, can I find more examples to add to my chart for friendship and loyalty?